Welcome back to INFJ Investing Insights or III, a channel on personal finance and investing as viewed through the lens of an INFJ.
Wow, Tesla's Q4 earnings call was very interesting. We all heard the same thing, but in my opinion, the majority of people don't really understand how Elon's mind works. Elon is a visionary genius-level intellect whose mind functions from a principles-first scientific standpoint. He speaks his mind as to what he believes should be matter of fact. Most people's brains don't work this way, so it would be hard to grasp the implications of what he's saying. From a financial standpoint, Tesla is doing awesome, great profitability, very little debt, and an insatiable demand for its vehicles. What most people wanted to hear was for Tesla to be introducing newer vehicles down the pipeline for the near future. This is short-term thinking on short-term profits, which I understand is important, but they are already killing it with their earnings. I would say that 87% growth in the past year alone is hypergrowth. So no, I am not worried about the shares I own in Tesla stock as a long-term investor. Elon also gave a valid reason for not focusing too much on newer vehicles. There's not enough chips this year to make them. So if they did somehow introduce and make a cheaper $25,000 vehicle, the Cybertruck, and a semi-truck, it would only cannibalize their current Model Y and Model 3 sales. The more newer vehicles they make, the less chips they have to make for their Model Ys and Model 3s. Remember that the chip shortage affects everyone, including their so-called competitors. When will the chip shortage be alleviated? Well, if you've been keeping up with the news, Intel and TSMC, or Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, are each building their own chip factories, also known as foundries or fabs, in Arizona. Intel is actually building 2 semiconductor plants that are anticipated to be complete and operational no earlier than 2024. The TSMC plant is slated to go into production in 2024. So right now I see Tesla as a coiled spring with a lot of potential energy. Rather than focusing their energies on newer vehicles that they could make only to cannibalize sales on their current vehicles, Elon is hunkering down back into research and development for full self-driving and the TeslaBot, codenamed Optimus. For anyone who understands AI, progress is exponential, which is hard for human brains to comprehend, and it's not a matter of if, but when it will be achieved. My intuition tells me it will likely be sooner than most people think. Elon did say that FSD should be better than a human by the end of this year, but he also said that being equivalent to a human is a low standard. Humans are inherently bad drivers, which is why we have thousands of auto accidents annually. The question is, what will society accept? What will society accept in terms of how many times better FSD should be compared to a human? 100 times better? 1,000? 1,000,000? Elon Musk has tweeted this regarding FSD on August 24, 2021. It's amazing by most standards, but we are aiming for 1,000% safer than the average human driver. What are your thoughts on what the relative safety of FSD should be? To me, Elon Musk focusing the brain power of his company on research and development of FSD and the TeslaBot at a time when there's a chip shortage and when the company is on very sound financial ground is a very efficient use of time. Remember, Elon thinks 5 to 10 years into the future. Mainstream financial analysts are thinking 1 to 3 years out. I see the TeslaBot as the beginning of the singularity, the point at which artificial intelligence becomes as smart as humans. The full self-driving software in cars is a part of the puzzle in reaching the singularity. The TeslaBot has the potential to transform the labor market, augmenting and assisting human labor at first. Tesla's gigafactories would be the perfect testing grounds for TeslaBots, where they can be powered by free energy from solar panels on top of the gigafactories. If TeslaBots succeed in increasing production in all of their factories, then Tesla will become an even bigger juggernaut. But wait, YouTuber Chicken Genius Singapore says that an investment should always have 2 things, proof of concept and scalability. Wise words. I'm not worried because Tesla's automotive business is doing so well and is so far ahead of the competition that I believe my current investment in Tesla is already on solid ground. The current inflationary and upcoming raised Fed interest rates are just artificially suppressing Tesla's stock price. My gut feeling says that Tesla will be unleashed from this downward pressure in 3 to 6 or 9 months. Other positive catalysts will continue to provide upward pressure. 2 new gigafactories are opening very soon. Current factories are still ramping up production. Moody's just upgraded their credit rating. Now Tesla is 1 step away from achieving investor-grade status as a blue-chip company, which opens the floodgates to many institutional investors. According to Bloomberg, Tesla is slated to achieve blue-chip status sometimes early this year. Imagine how much money you could have made if you had bought Disney before they became a blue-chip company, or any other blue-chip company for that matter. And once TSMC and Intel open their chip factories by 2024 to relieve the chip shortage, Tesla will be even more fully unleashed as an unstoppable juggernaut. By this time, we'll be just about under halfway through the EV evolution S-curve. Legacy automakers will start to feel the squeeze as they start to feel their make or break moments if they haven't already. As for the post-earnings call drop in Tesla's stock price, I see it as people still not understanding Elon Musk or Tesla. Elon basically announced that he's pivoting his company toward an AI future. They already have the best software engineers and are systematically working on solving full self-driving. I believe they're aiming for artificial general intelligence, which inevitably leads to the singularity. Google futurist Ray Kurzweil to learn more about the singularity, which could be considered humanity's last invention. Good investing comes down to human psychology again. Remember Warren Buffett's mantra, be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. So when your favorite sweater goes on sale, logically that would be the time to buy more of it. But when stocks go down and on sale, people usually think the opposite. Yes, it sounds irrational. That stems from fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The FUD. Here's another Warren Buffett mantra, never sell unless there is a fundamental change. There has been no fundamental negative change with Tesla. There is no Blockbuster meets Netflix moment. It really comes down to how much personal conviction you have in Tesla. Good investors invest long-term and see past the FUD, and the transfer of wealth flows from the impatient to the patient in the stock market. As for me, I see Tesla's stock as a great buying opportunity for the next 3 to 9 months. The current stock price is well below what a lot of mainstream financial analysts have increased their price targets to. Even they're waking up to seeing a pathway for Tesla to become a generational company. Predicting exactly where and when the dip will be is impossible, but my INFJ intuition tells me it would be difficult to drop below $800. See my introductory video on INFJ intuition linked at the end of this video. In the meantime, I will continue to buy more Tesla shares on sale Stephen Mark Ryan style, which to me looks like lump sum investing, which is a good strategy. I'm currently over 500 shares and still have the personal conviction to put the full force of my disposable income into this once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity. Again, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, just an INFJ who has absorbed countless hours, days, and months of information on this company to consciously and subconsciously process through my intuitive brain to arrive at a conclusion. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notifications bell for more content. Also leave a comment to let me know your thoughts on the earnings call.